Hey everyone, I know it's been a while since my last actual video since I've been streaming a lot, but that's because I've been running out of ideas on videos and streaming is a bit easier. Recently, I was watching someone play Sonic Heroes and the stage being Hang Castle where you run down the side of the castle. Then I thought I should play some Sonic Heroes. Then I scurried over to my room and realized, oh yeah, I don't have my copy of Sonic Heroes because I'm letting my friend borrow it. But then I saw Sonic Colors and said to myself, let's play this instead. Then I got to the stage Terminal Velocity, and when the stage starts, blood starts pumping. I mean, look, you're booking it down Eggman's soon-to-be black hole theme park, you're running towards the Earth that is right in front of you, and the music is just incredible. And then that got me thinking of how cool this would be if this was a track in Sonic R. And that also got me thinking of what happens if they would make a Sonic R2 D2. So I decided to make a video on what I would want from a Sonic R2 today, and to call the video, The Perfect Sonic Racing Game. Well, as perfect as a Sonic racing game could be. And it's just like the best things they could include, as there is no such thing as a perfect game. So here we are. So what would make the perfect Sonic racing game? Well, let's start off with... To summarize what I would want from the gameplay, just combine Sonic R's concept, Team Sonic Racing's gimmick, and Sonic Riders, well, racing. For more in-depth, ditch the boards, bikers, and skater shoes so they can use running, replace the air meter with boost, keep the trick system using riders, and keep the whole thing where you need to charge a jump, and the more you charge and the more closer you jump off at the end of the ramp, the more tricks you can do. And if you lean the control stick up, the farther you go, and if you lean it back, the higher you go for some shortcuts. Keep the character's specific paths with speed, fly, and power classes and their different stats. Speaking of speed, fly, and power classes, make them excel at one of the 4 stats I came up with. Top speed, acceleration, traction, and strength. Top speed and acceleration are self-explanatory, but traction could help with tighter drift corners, and strength could easily help recovering from being attacked. Having speed characters excel at top speed and acceleration but lack traction and strength. Flying characters are somewhat all-around types in terms of stats, and power characters excel in strength, have good traction, somewhat good acceleration, and not so good top speed. Keep the level up system like in Riders. The higher level you are, the bigger drift meter and the more speed / acceleration / traction / strength your character will have. No luck-based items like in Riders, only items that give you more boost or rings, and drifting should give you a bit more boost, and so should tricks. Having max rings with max boost can give you a character-only super special power-up that is specific to that character. It's like the All-Stars move in All-Stars Racing, just without being a luck-based item. Each character has their own, so I'll go over that once when we go over characters. Do what Team Sonic Racing did with the team mechanic, can do teams of 2 or 3 people in each team. In a 2-person race, you could have a team meter like in Team Racing, and when filled up, press a button and the max amount of boost you can have on that level is full, and you combine meters with your teammate. Actually, before I continue, I should explain what I just said about combining meters. What I mean by that, let's just say one member is on level 1 boost meter and the other is on level 3. Then they would get their boost filled up to the maximum boost on their level and combine with the teammates, so in this case, they would make a level 4 boost bar for the ultimate double boost. Also, I think they should keep the double boost thing because it's pretty cool. An example of how teammates would meet each other up in a race to combine meters in order to do the double boost is, let's just say person A is in 3rd place and person B is in 8th place. Person B will automatically go to 3rd place with person A to do the double boost. Also in a 3-person race, same thing as a 2-person race, just with 3 team members, and also now you just triple boost instead of a double. You can also transfer some of your boost to your teammates that are behind you, like how you can transfer items in Team Racing. Keep some of the other team mechanics from Team Racing, like slipstreaming and slingshotting. Slipstreaming is a line that goes behind you, and once your teammate is in, the faster they go. Slingshotting is either when you get a boost or when your teammate is hit and loses all their momentum. So when you go near them, you can slingshot them so they can all get all their momentum back. Only at the beginning of the race, instead of timing your acceleration at the number 2, instead just spam the acceleration button like in Sonic Adventure 2 to get more speed from the get-go. And speaking of racing, let's talk about where we'd be racing on. Before I talk about the stage, I just want to say that each stage could have more riskier paths with either tighter turns or just needed to use some quick reflexes in order to pass. But if you succeed in them, you should be somewhat ahead of the pack, but if you don't succeed in them, then you'll most likely be behind. Anyways, here's the tracks, divided into 9 cups, and here they are. The Classic Cup would have Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, Stardust Speedway, and Studiopolis. The Cube Cup, because these games were on the GameCube, would have Speed Highway, City Escape, Seaside Hill, and Westopolis. The I don't really know what to call this cup would have Crisis City, Adabat, Sweet Mountain, and I don't really know what to put for Generations. The Handheld Cup would have Night Carnival, Ice Mountain, Cybertruck, and Music Planet. The One Lap Races Cup would have Final Rush, Terminal Velocity, Arsenal Period, and Eggman Land. The newer Sonic Games Cup would have Sugar Lane, Sunset Heights, and I don't really know what to put for the rest because Lost World and Forces have been the most recent mainline Sonic games at this point. The other racing Sonic games would have Radical City, Metal City, Gigan Rocks, and Babylon Garden. The Sega Traps Cup would have 80s Boulevard, 90s Boulevard, Sega Carnival, and Sega Illusion. The Sega Reps Cup would have Shibuya Downtown from Jet Set Radio, Mementos from Persona 5 as a one-lap track as the further down you advance, the harder it gets. San Francisco from Crazy Taxi, Knights, Super Monkey Ball, and some other Sega reps. Also, I didn't do any brand new tracks except for the last cup because I don't really have the creativity. So let's talk about how this is going to work is that I'll name the character, what class they should be in, speed, fly, or power, and what special they would have. So let's begin. Sonic would be speed and he'd turn into Super Sonic. Tails would be fly and he'd use the X Tornado. Knuckles would be power and he'd use the Master Emerald. Amy would be speed and she'd use her Pico Pico hammer. Shadow would be speed and he'd turn into Super Shadow. Silver would fly and he'd be used as the giant ball like in Generations, and players need to use speed in order to not get crushed. Metal Sonic would be speed and he used the thing that he used in the Generations fight. Big would be power and he'd use Froggy. Rouge would be flying, she'd call the gun truck since she works at gun. Espio would be speed and he'd use his ninja skills.
Spirits unite.
Vector would be power and he'd use explosive bubblegum. Charmy would be fly and he'd sting people. Cream would be fly and she'd use cheese. Eggman would be fly and he'd use a horde of rockets. Chaos would be power and he turns into Perfect Chaos. Blaze would be speed and she'd turn into Burning Blaze. Omega would just be power and he'd use homing missiles. Jet would be speed and he'd use his blimp, I guess. Wave would be fly and she'd use the gravity rings from Zero Gravity. Storm would be power and he goes berserk, I don't really know. Decal would be fly and I don't really know what her special would be. And Infinite would be fly and he'd use the Phantom Ruby. And now for some unlockable characters and their specials, like Super Sonic, who would be all classes and turn into Hypersonic. Secret Ring Sonics would be speed and use Time Break. Also his boost is Speed Break. Black Knight Sonic would be speed and he turned into Excalibur. Also he uses Soul Surge for boost. Werehog would be power and he'd use the Unleash bar like an Unleash. And finally Eraser Jin would be a power character and he'd turn into a character whose name I don't know how to say. Now for the Sega reps, but I don't really know what their supers would be, so I'm just gonna name them and what class they are. Starting with Jet from Jet Set Radio, who would be speed. Knights would be fly. II from Super Monkey Ball would be power, and that's all I can think of for normal characters. Cause you can't have a game without some WTF characters like Danica Patrick was in Sonic Transformed. So here's 3 WTF characters, starting off with Goku, who would be a power character and his super could be using the Kaioken technique. Or what about he would be a speed character because he is speed, and his special would be turning into Blue Lightning. What? You didn't like those two? Well, I say for the best for last.
A drum roll, please.
Fiona. Mostly importantly, Ogre Fiona. Mostly important Ogre Fiona from Shrek 2. She'd be a power character, and her special would be chucking mermaids at other okay, that's enough of that. How about we finish the video by talking about what that means is what the game should include that is something I already haven't covered already. For example, I honestly think the game should make the tutorial optional, and not like Team Sonic Racing where it pops up mid-game and pauses it. I mean by showing you the tutorial, where it is when you start a new save file, and showing you it exists and encourage you to do it. It'll be like Omocho coming down and saying,
"Hi, I'm Omocho, and welcome to Sonic Speedway."
Then he'll do some explaining about what the game has to offer, and then when he gets to the tutorial, it would be like,
"This is the tutorial where you can learn all of the fundamentals of the game, so you can be better than all of your friends and family. So, if you want to be better than them, I suggest you play it. But, if you want to get owned online and then complain it's the game's fault, then you could decline playing it.
Then you'd be given an option for yes and no. Yes will bring you to the first practice stage immediately, but no would just have the tutorial be there whenever, like in Sonic Heroes. And then you get into the actual game, and there would be different sections for different modes for you to choose. All 5 races would bring you to Grand Prix, Versus, and Time Trials. In the Grand Prix and Time Trials, there would be different speeds, like in CCs, like in Mario Kart. There'd be slow for beginners, medium for average players, fast for more experienced players, and super fast for players who want a good challenge. And by doing all the Grand Prix, that would unlock the Sega Reps Cup I talked about. Time Trials could unlock some characters when you play all of them on fast, and Versus would just be what you expect. Also in Versus mode, I want there to be a way to customize each race. What I mean by customize is customizing the lap count, races to finish set, turn off items, or maybe add some cheats for offline sections like a limited boost or no boost. Little things like that to make the game even more replayable. Then there would be a mini game section which could have something like Capture the Flag, Elimination, Tag, Cops and Robbers, a Shine Thief-esque game. One that's like Shine Thief, except you don't want the counter to become 0, so like Hot Potato, but more intense. I mean, one similar to a balloon battle. There would be online races too that would have everything we just mentioned from offline and mini games, except for the cheats and time trials. Then there would be the usual settings / options, but there'd also be another mode for a story mode. Usually Sonic racing game story modes aren't that amazing. Riders had some pretty good cutscenes, and the rest was alright. I wouldn't mind having one, but not having one would be cool too. If not, then do a mission mode like in Riders, where if you do all of them, you get all the Sega reps, and if you perfect all of them, you get Super Sonic. It should only be in 3 sets of 15 missions, each getting harder than the last. It would kill some time, but it'd be fun. I don't think they should bring back the shop from Riders, because there's no boards to buy. Maybe a shop for buying your way past the unlockables, but that's all I got. The title should be Sonic Speedway, and there should be a deluxe edition where you get a sweet statue with Sonic and Shadow racing. The price could be the usual price of Sonic games, which are usually $40. And now let us end us off the video with... And that's all I got for the perfect Sonic racing game. If you have any ideas, I'd be happy to read your opinions in the comments. Also, I stream on this channel usually every Friday and Sunday at 5 or 6 p.m. for an hour or two. On times where there's a school break, I'll be streaming more frequently, so be sure to check it out. I'm currently streaming God of War 4, Persona 5 Strikers, and I'm 100%ing Persona 5 Royal. What? You thought me telling you what I'm gonna stream was enough? Nah, let me show you a compilation of me failing at the games I stream.
This out. Ready now?
Whoa! Whoa, I went flying. Oh, jeez. Ow! Whoa! Ow. Uh-oh. Ow. 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 No! Dang it. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Whoops. That was pixel perfect timing right there, and yet I still messed it up. Okay. Dang, I'm dead. Just might as well guard, I guess. I almost did that on my first try! Oh, that would have been amazing! Oh, great. There we go. No! Are you serious? I pressed, Are you serious right now? Are you kidding me? Venom dash. You didn't want this. Why are you attacking me? There we go. There we go. Excuse me? Oh, there's a check. That's very interesting. Why? There was a checkpoint literally right there. I could not have missed it. I did somehow. Bad. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Come on! Like, what the heck? I missed one, I swear. No! You've gotta be kidding me! Come on. I couldn't even do anything about that. That was stupid. This is agonizing. It's probably a pleasure to watch, but for me, it's painful. That took 35 minutes for one of these levels. What? I didn't think I had to double jump. Oh, come on. Is that Sonic? Was that the Sonic Adventure Pros?
But before I go, I just want to say thank you to a few people that helped me make this video. Thank you to Vonsa13 to Beast for voicing Omachow. Also thank you for Down with the Comcast for helping me with that fail compilation. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. Later.